Hey traders, this is Taylor with Top Pick Trading. I want to see if we can get a higher low here, and it kind of looks like it could be a triple test too, depending on how low this drops. We had this downtrend, look like a spiking channel. May have been drawn a little tighter than what I have shown in green over there to the left, but we had a failed breakout of the overnight lows, and now we trended strongly to the upside, pushed down into the EMA, push back above here, and then now potentially with this as our setup bar, we could get a just a higher low. If the EMA holds here and we get a good bar, I am interested in taking this, just expecting a retest on the yellow uptrend. This does look like range behavior overall as far as the context, so I'm going to want to get out before that high. ATR is also really low in the mid 7s, so we'll start with a target of around 8 and go from there. But first we need to get a good bar here at the EMA. You can see here if you draw it like this, it looks kind of like a little bit like a triple test if we move it up to that next support level. Either way, I'm really just expecting a retest of that golden uptrend. And signal bar has a decent little wick on the bottom right now. Let's see if it can close nicely. You can see here, I don't think there's like a bigger, wider downtrend like that, I'm pretty sure. This just is a range overall. So let's see here. This move up was pretty tight, so you expect at least a second attempt at the high of this uptrend. And the bar's looking pretty nice right now. Hopefully it doesn't run away and get too big. I'm actually going to consider an engulfing bar on this. It's towards the end of the bar right now. Let's see if it even breaks above. Okay, and it does break above. I'm going to go ahead and drop it before the break above the bull bar, just because it did break above the setup bar. And we're in this trade. It's a pretty big risk overall just for the ATR for today. So we're going to go for 8, and let's see if we can get that. It's a really big bull bar now. It's a nice looking continuation bar. And you can see that blue downtrend, little micro downtrend, didn't necessarily get a retest, but sometimes you can kind of look past that if the initial direction is really strong, and especially how we weren't really able to gap below the MA there. We just barely were able to close below, and we're getting pretty close to our target here already. It is right at that high. You can see we turned off that a couple times, so it may encounter a little bit of resistance at that level. Let's see. And okay follow through on the entry bar. Let's see here. And you can see it would have gotten 7 ticks for a, or if you took a 6 tick scalp, you would be out on that, I should say. If you entered on limit where I'm at, I should say also. And we did push back below. It's really struggling near that little bit of resistance. Let's just give it some time and see. This actually would form a failed second entry short now if it's able to break above this. I don't know if I'd take it right here. It's a little far from the EMA, but since we're already in this trade, we'll hold it and see if it forms. And unfortunately, it is pushing down a little bit more. Let's see if it comes back to the EMA, if the EMA can hold it. Closing right on our entry level. Prices are really slow again today. There was some okay speed right at the open, but it's really slowed back down now once this uptrend kind of started. I don't see a microtrend. Really, if you started this from the bottom, that actually looks pretty good. Fits off the highs as well. Kind of an odd looking trend just from the start of it, but I'm going to share this in Discord and see what other people think. But really, if it bounces at this trend line looks like it could be valid. That actually looks like it gives a little more credence to taking this failure that could be forming right now. We'll see if it breaks above here. Usually you'll get a break from a channel like this golden channel and then a retest, and then on the next correction a bigger trend has the potential to form, but this trend occurred on the break, but it looks pretty decent. We did break above there, by the way, on the failed second entry short, so let's see how this closes. Actually, honestly, I expected that to push up a little better after it broke above that bearish bar. It doesn't look like it is gonna. Let's see. And it closes okay. It's like clearly two attempts to go lower after that micro downtrend. So I feel pretty decent about that. I'm just a little bit worried about that. The highs showing some resistance, and you know, typically I go for larger targets, but a lot of the trades lately have been just setting up near the extreme that I'm trying to get out before. And in this case, it's the bodies were closing right at 8 ticks from my entry location, so it's been a little bit more difficult to go for some of these higher targets, especially with the ATR so low as well. And you know, higher low is a more of a continuation move rather than catching the low of a pullback. As you can see, obviously you're letting prices push back above the EMA, and with that and such a large signal bar, it makes sense that our entry is going to be a lot closer to the trend extreme. But if this bigger trend line's valid, it has potential to go a lot higher. But it is struggling. It's made a lower high now as well. We'll see if it can push above this high here. I may consider lowering this to 6 if it continues to struggle near this high. Let's see. Let's give it just a little bit more time. It's a rather large risk too, just given the ATR today. But the trade itself looks really good to me. Like if I just slid prices over and looked at the signal bar itself, just a little bit big risk. That's the main thing. And it's backing off that high, that previous bar's high again. Let's see. Ticks one above, one tick away. And it touched our order. You hate to see that. Maybe I'm being a little impulsive on this one because it's taking a while, but I'm going to try to grab 6 on this one. Let's see. Got a good bullish close, but it's just struggling a little bit at that high. I'm going to go in and move to break even on this one as well. Hopefully we get out right here. There we go. We do get the 6 ticks. maybe a little bit impulsive. It'll probably push higher, especially if this blue trend line is valid. But maybe we can get a decent little run out of this. So I'm going to cut the audio here, and we'll come back once we have a result on that runner. Thanks. Hey everybody, you can see our runner got hit there, but we got several points on that. And also 6 ticks on the runner. Maybe should have let it run, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this higher low. Thanks and have a good one. Bye.